Hello Planeswalkers, Andrew here, joined by Tyler, bringing you a new top 5. This time we're looking at Gruul commanders, kicking off our series of dual-colored commanders, now that we've finished off the monocolored ones. As always, these are just our personal favorites, so let us know what you think in the comments below. What are some of your favorites? Anyways, with that, let's jump into number 5. You ever want a great werewolf commander? Well, look no further than the two-headed ogre warrior, Rurik Thar the Unbowed. What's that? He's not a werewolf? How dare you speak back to me? You're banned from the channel. Anyways, Rurik Thar is a 6/6 for 4 green-red with vigilance and reach, and he attacks each combat if able. Old Rurik Thar is too oonga boonga to understand anything other than smash, so they naturally hate non-creature spells, and will mercilessly dome any player for 6 for casting one, including you! As for why there's such a great werewolf commander, that comes down to that same ability. When it comes to werewolves, if no spells are cast for a turn, then the following upkeep they flip from human to wolf monster, and after that, if 2 or more spells are cast the turn before, the wolf flips back into a human, meaning Rurik Thar's ability to deter opponents from casting non-creature spells can raise the odds of a turn passing with no cast spells. Also, the reason I keep referring to them as them and not he isn't because they're non-binary, although it would be perfectly okay if they were. It's because each head has its own personality. One's Rurik and one's Thar.
Starting off my list at number 5 is the silver-bordered, die-rolling, chainsaw-wielding gobbo himself, Old Buzzbark. I love random, chaotic effects, and Buzzy Boy delivers that and then some. The more mana you can sink into him, the more dice you get to drop from even higher up, and the bigger the potential payoff you get when something sticks. Sure, dice may be made of real bouncy plastic that, after a certain height, will take a vacation all the way to the other side of the room when you inevitably sink like 40 mana into this thing, and the kinetic energy they build up as they fall causes them to fly away across the board. And sure, he's technically not legal to play unless you're in a casual setting, but that's fine. Convince your friends to let you play him, and then proceed to empty the contents of your dice bag all over the battlefield like the sky is falling. Do it. Sate your appetite for the clicky clacks, you dice gremlin. Moving up to the number 4 on my list is Zendakar's favorite elemental. No, not Avenger of Zendikar. It's not even legendary. Or red. That was a stupid guess. You made a stupid guess. No. It's Omnath, Locus of Rage. Our second look at the elemental after he decided to spec in Barbarian for a few levels, but before he decided to hydrate, Angry Omnath represents another aspect I look for when I'm playing Commander. I want big stompy things that punch your face in the face and your face's face in its face. Omnath and his buddies come into your house, break your pool table, drink your expensive foreign beers, then trash the place when you try to get rid of them. You're gonna end up losing no matter what you do, and I personally can't wait for 10 years down the line when he's inevitably all 5 colors plus colorless, and he's Omnath, Locus of the Rainbow.
For number 4, I have Borborygmos, a commander that absolutely loves going wide and tall. Borborygmos is a 6/7 with trample, and he gives all creatures you control a +1/+1 counter when he deals combat damage to a player. Give him unblockable, or make him real big, and play a ton of creatures and you can swing in and make all of your creatures bigger. This commander loves extra combat steps and swinging wide with huge creatures. Nikki of the Old Ways was my first ever Gruul commander, and the second commander I really ever played, which contributes to her place as my number 3 pick. She prevents you from casting non-creature spells, but also doubles the mana produced by your lands. She's less oonga boonga than Rurik Thar and Borborygmos, and more of a nature lover, a creature purist if you will. Still, I did remove her and Rurik Thar from the deck entirely after switching the commander over to the number 1 spot on this list, but we'll get there soon enough.
Taking my number 3 spot is a newcomer, though not as new as my number 1 spot. And that is the fun-loving party satyr herself, Galia of the Endless Dance. While Buzzbark represents my love for Chaos and Angry Omnath represents my love for Stompy, Galia is the last piece of my Triforce of Commander, in that she's a lord for a relatively underpowered creature tribe. In her case, it's satyrs. I love seeing niche creature tribes get support, and what makes Galia even better is that she has more to offer than just a blanket anthem for her goat-legged brethren. For instance, she brings that one satyr in the back who's ready to do unspeakable things with that banana she's found.
Stop! Enhance!
But more importantly, she offers card advantage in one of the few ways Red knows how. Go wide and punch face. Not to mention, she just looks like she'd be a ton of fun to hang around, you know? Look at that one guy down in the lower right. He's just vibing. At the number 2 spot on my list is a dragon, because I needed a dragon somewhere and this was one of the best spots for her. Yes, taking my silver medal slot for Gruul Commanders is the Dragon Queen of the former Teamer Frontier, Atarka. Specifically, I prefer World Render over Dragon Lord, because I think it's just way easier to kill your opponents by giving all of your attacking dragons double strike. This includes herself. She has Trample. She effectively attacks as a 12-4. I've lost track of how many times I've seen a game end with someone dropping an Atarka, no one thinking anything of it, and then she swings and suddenly there's lethal in the air. She is beauty. She is grace. She will tear apart and eat your face.
Godzilla is my number 2 pick because he's freaking Godzilla. Need I say more? Yes? Fine. Godzilla is a 7-3 with trample that makes it so that lethal damage dealt to your creatures is determined by their power rather than their toughness. This means that creatures with big teeth and small butts suddenly gain big butts that cannot lie with this bad boy on the field. It also means that you can run Anthem effects that only boost attack power, since it'll also boost toughness with Godzilla's effect. Also, it's freaking Godzilla for Gojira's sake. My number 1 pick is Clothus God of Destiny, the Gruul commander I have had by far the most fun with. Clothus is a Theros god, so of course she has all of the Theros god abilities, like being indestructible and being just an enchantment unless your devotion to red and green is 7 or more. She says that at your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard, and if it's a land, add red or green, and if it's anything else, hit each opponent for 2 and gain 2 life. The deck she helms in my collection is called Mosh Pit, a name courtesy of Tyler, because it revolves around smacking my opponents for big damage. Furnace of Wrath, Dictate of the Twin Gods, Harsh Mentor, Mana Barbs, the works. The only reason I don't run Fiery Emancipation is because no one wants to play against it, and I already play less Commander than I'd like to without running a card that everyone hates, so I traded the copy I opened almost immediately. That said, this Commander still puts the hurt on her opponents. She's letting out all of her repressed anger from when Xenagos took over as the Gruul god on Theros for a bit. She didn't like that. Nuh-uh, she didn't like that one bit.
Well, this is a little awkward, but coming in my number 1 spot and proving that Andrew is a fake fanboy is Godzilla. Just straight up Godzilla, king of the monsters. Okay. Sure, he's technically Zalortha Strength Incarnate, but circumstances of his printing left him with the single artwork, and it's Godzilla, so we're gonna call him Godzilla. Coming with an ability that took many, myself included, a while to understand the wording of, as well as allowing creatures to appear to have 0 toughness and live while on Arena, Godzilla calls back to similar reasons behind why a creature like Omnath is on my list. He's big, he punches things, and need I remind you, he's Godzilla. He's the king who went toe-to-toe with Ghidorah, crossed paths with Gigan, brought Orga to his knees, and most importantly, did this. Andrew, this is the part where I'm going to need you to include the clip of Godzilla sliding on his tail to dropkick. I believe it's Megalon, and I left this on here so you would know, and you can cut it out later.
Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite Gruul commanders are. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and consider throwing a sub our way. Y'all have a nice day.